This Legends League season, Klaus is pushing with both Root Rider and Dragon Spam, and today we're going to compare the two of them to see which is ultimately stronger and faster. We have Klaus live on the stream here. He started off with the giant arrow there, gets rid of one of the sweepers. Unfortunately, it's not the sweeper that's facing his army. Now, if you want to see more Klaus live attacks, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do this live once a month with him and Stars. But the interesting thing about his live attacks today and what we're going to be kind of doing in the video today is looking at his attacks, because he's doing different armies on his accounts. On some of his accounts currently, he is doing Root Rider spam with quite a few druids, might I add. And on the other one, he's doing this new type of dragon spam that I haven't seen before. It's dragon spam with an electrone elsewhere on the base. Then he's going to overgrowth the town hall. So we're not clone blimping the town hall with this. We are using the E-Dragon with the clone spell, and look at how much it can clear out. And this attack strategy is so good because it's ridiculously fast, but it's also really effective. Dragons struggle with funneling, and Klaus is using the blimp specifically to funnel his main group of dragons. And look at this. This is going to be a 75-second 3-star attack. Okay, not 75-second, but 80-second 3-star attack. That is insane in Legends League when you can't plan for the hit. So, we've seen what the Dragon Spam can do. What can the Root Rider Spam do? Let's see what Klaus can do with the Root Rider Spam here. And we can talk about some of the benefits and weaknesses of both. Now, it's worth noting Klaus is running the Rage Gem here because he's got the 3 of these druids on the troops. I like it. My theory is anytime you have more than 2 druids, bring the Rage Gem. If you've got 2 or less druids, then bring the Healing Tome when it comes to Root Rider Spam. We got the King and Queen on one side, then the Siege Barracks and the Royal Champion on the other, and this funnel is set up perfectly. We've got a jump spell for the King to get even more value, and then only 1 overgrowth is needed with this army, particularly when you're running the Rage Gem, because the troops are going to tear through the base super quickly. They're not going to have all the healing that the Heal Tome has, so you need to get through the base faster, and therefore there's no point having a second overgrowth, because I mean, look at this. By the time this first overgrowth ends, there is not going to be a whole lot of base left over. Let's have a look at the hero equipment on the Royal Champion. Standard. It's not like what we're seeing with the Dragon, where when you're using the Dragon Spam, your Royal Champion is far more isolated. So using the Rocket Spear that we saw Klaus use in the first attack there makes more sense. And then if you're using the Rocket Spear, obviously you want to use the Seeking Shield with it. I really like the E-Dragon in this army comp. Look at the chains that should be able to get here, doing damage to that single Inferno. We see the Archer Queen has activated both Invis Towers and removed both the sweepers are on here. That must be just builder huts. But regardless, has activated both Invis Towers, and the dragons are coming in here. And the way Klaus is doing this air spam is really interesting. We're going to see the overgrowth of the town hall, and then kind of an electrone, essentially, with this. And, I mean, look at the value that the electrone gets. And look, we're 40 seconds in, and we are at 70%. And that is exactly why he's doing this version of the army. It is super quick. Now, it's not the most reliable version of air spam. There are probably a couple of better variants, but this will definitely get the job done for you, and it will get the job done nice and quickly. We freeze for the Queen to help her out. We don't really have a lot of spells left. You don't have a million spells with this army, but hopefully Klaus should pop the Royal Champion ability any second with the Seeking Shield, and he's just 3-starred in Legends League in 70 seconds. Double Rage Tower. This is probably the style of base that I like hitting the least with Root Rider Spam, but I really like that jump spell. Did he open up the core? I hope he did. That would be really nice. Siege Barracks one side, yet again. King and Queen the other with the jump spell to set a deep, deep funnel. And hopefully the King here will go inside the core. But the Queen's got to get rid of that cannon really quickly. Oh, the King's going after the Headhunter. Seeing a lot of Headhunters in defensive CCs, and I recommend them because they slow down the King so much. You see the Super Dragon here trying its best, but it probably won't do a whole lot. The Rage Wizard's helping out, and even if the Rage Wizard didn't, you've got the Lizard on the Grand Warden exactly for this purpose. Although I can't see the Lizard. Oh, the Lizard went down. Okay, that was kind of fortunate then with the wizard. But I mean, look at how quickly he's gone through the base. Yes, Super Dragons, Hydra, and the air drag attacks that we're seeing as opposed to the ground drag attacks. I'm having a moment here, but dragon attacks are probably quicker than Root Rider spam, but look at how overkill this is. The attack is super simple to execute, no sweepers to deal with, none of that. You just roll over the base. Unusual base here, but let's see how Klaus will take it down with the power of dragons. And interestingly enough, he's not starting off with the blimp, because we've seen him use the blimp, not with the warden ability, but the blimp separately. Now we're going to see him use the stone slammer as like a proper electrone. Look at how good that E-Dragon is on the top side, my word. That was insane. And this E-Dragon, oh, we've got to watch this chain. Come on, pop off. Oh, chain through the overgrowth spell. That's the only thing I don't really like about this army. You kind of make it possible for the E-Dragons to get no value. It's also interesting because this is an anti-2 base, so the Town Hall's in the center. On the other bases, the Town Hall wasn't, so it was much easier for the overgrowth to not be as annoying for the army, because the dragons wouldn't be that close to the Town Hall, so it wouldn't affect their pathing. But the dragons kind of missed the Town Hall here, because they'd already gone past it by the time the overgrowth ends, but it doesn't really matter. Town Hall last building to go down, slightly risky, but is anything ever risky for Klaus? Another Root Rider hit. We're going to get lots of attacks in this video because Klaus is 3-starring bases so quickly. Now, what is one of the reasons we don't see a lot of box bases in Legends League these days, particularly box bases like this, the OG style of box? Well, it's because the Town Hall is simply too easy to suey, and that is not a good thing at all in this meta. Worth noting, Klaus is bringing the magic mirror on his little queen walk here. Seeing a lot of magic mirror at the moment. I think it can definitely be good, but there is an inherent risk with using it, like this right here. It took quite a while for our queens to finish off the Town Hall, and in fact, they barely get it down. Let's see if the poison lizard is up, and look at this. This is exactly why, if you're not using your king and queen with your Root Rider spam, you bring the lizard with the warden instead of the diggy. The diggy is definitely stronger, but you don't need the diggy. Like, the only way you fail is if the Super Dragon takes out all your armies. That stun effect is not going to be the difference between tripling and not. And yet again, a really quick attack showing you why these exposed Town Halls, you can't have them at Town Hall 16. It is far too easy to 3-star if the Town Hall is so far on the edge of the base, because the Root Riders just run over the core of the base. What a perfect way to finish this video, comparing the two armies Klaus is doing, and look at that. The double invis tower gets hard countered by the giant arrow. And what I like about the giant arrow and double invis towers is you don't have to be a pro. Like, you do have to be really good to get sweepers, which it looks like Klaus got both the sweepers as well. Oh my god, what a giant arrow value that was. But with when it's just invis towers, you just have to hit buildings within the range, and that is definitely a whole lot easier to do. And we're going to use the blimp for the other side, and we're going to electrone the final invis tower on the base. And yep, this base is completely crushed, and this looks like it's going to be quick as well. So to sum up, Root Riders are definitely simpler than this attack strategy, and you will often overkill the base harder, but not as quick as from what we've seen today. It's still extremely quick. Yes, still extremely quick, but probably not as quick as this. That was a triple in 1 minute. I couldn't even get all my finishing thoughts in. Both armies are OP. Pick what you want to use. There is no wrong options.